Okay, video number 3 here. I have bought some other domains. I realized that we really need a domain with the word musician in it because I think we're not just selling Jacktrip servers, we're selling the whole frickin' service, which is to say, install this software on your Mac or buy a Raspberry Pi or install the software on your Windows machine. And then by the fact that we exist, you can actually talk to other musicians. So I wanted to have a domain with musician in the name, and all sorts of musician related domains are taken that have to do with playing separately. So I got musicians together apart. So I think we should just go forward with that until further notice. Then let's just pretend that that's going to be, or let's assume that that's going to be the final one. So what I would like to do is have a website ready to go, which will be acting like Dev 45, but still use Dev 45 for um, lots of experimentation. And also note that I have totally corrupted Dev 45 with all kinds of crap. The thing that I did is I loaded a bunch of plugins to test, and then I deleted them just because I couldn't get back into the site as a user. I left Webhooks Pro active. I deactivated a lot of the Webhooks Pro code trigger tracking extension stuff like that. I don't think those are needed. The advanced options that comes with Webhooks Pro just didn't seem relevant. WP members I turned off because that was also giving all sorts of different functionality, which I think we might want, but that's where you get a really good login screen and a profile page that has a reset login link, but totally fails in the goal of user specific content where we might have a user get into a page, and in that page is the link to their specific IP address for their server and the dashboard for the FPP and Q value stuff. Anyway, found a great plugin. It seems like the only one of its kind that really works nicely, and it's free. It's called User Specific Content. I deactivated that, but the idea is that we can make a new page or a new post, and probably a post created through WP Webhooks, and the post will have a short code that then displays content only for the logged in user. So we can basically put content in a curl statement, URL encoded content, including an IP address or an href, that will then populate a post. And that's with user specific content plugin. But it is deactivated temporarily until we get into that. I think it's not worth getting that going until Tuesday-ish. That means Monday can be spent on setting up a plan for receiving a webhook from Fast Spring, and then that will be a PHP program of some sort. And Fast Spring will call that PHP program and do a post, and then the variables from that will feed into the curl statements, also from PHP, that then go to WP webhooks on Dev 45. But the ultimate goal is Dev 45 will eventually really be musicianstogetherapart.com. And so I mocked up that. It's similar to the mock-up that I had done previously. And it basically is just sort of using the header from Dev 45, I think, until, or whatever we have, jacktripservers.com header, actually. So it's fine to use that imagery or even that theme if it can do what I've got here. So what I did is I looked at a bunch of pro audio equipment websites that musicians buy from, and they don't have logos. Most of them just have a text-based logo. So that's what I've got here. I just use OpenSons or something here. And then this here, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plugins, and then 2 buttons, a high concentration one, excuse me, a high contrast one and a low contrast one. Let me hear it might just be a link to some SoundCloud files that you can listen to in stereo, plus videos, maybe the Sweden video. And then connect me would be take to a page that just says, hey, first you install the software for the Mac, and then you click here to buy server access, and blah, 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 and maybe some video that tells you how to do it. But the connect me is kind of like the buy now. All right. And then this this image over the top is just a temporary one for now, but I thought it'd be funny to try and feed off of the coronavirus 6-foot separation thing, also called 2 meters. But by the way, if you see all of the mathematics and science, it's more like 3 meters at least when somebody sneezes. Okay. So what I'd like is for you guys to decide if this should be Divi or if the existing theme on jackdripservers.com could support this. And the layout is somewhat taken again from high-end musician equipment stuff, but main things would be good here. This is a logo. It could be image or text. Text is better because then Google will see the word musicians, but text is good, but could be transparent PNG. Main thing we want is something big and obvious. Colors don't have to be this way. I was just trying to find some colors that didn't look like the standard blue and orange. But these pages would need to be made as subpages. Okay, and then sign up actually is the same thing as probably connect me, same page. And down here we have just a row of whatever height this might be, something like this height. It could be taller, but some text on the left and then 4 squares under it. And this was actually from the M Audio site, I believe. So if you go to maudio.com, you might see that. This thing is a map that I just stuck some clip art on. I don't think it looks that great, but play with it, basically see what can be there. And we've got another call to action here, connect me. Again, taking people to a page where maybe it'll just say have a a thing that says sort of why they should buy it, and then the 2 options to buy it, I guess, prepaid and subscription for monthly subscription 24/7, and then a footer. Okay, so the goal here is create a new hosting account, get rid of work at home wine if you need to, brand new hosting account, choose a theme or Divi or whatever that can do something like this, and it's just minimal content here just because of the urgency, but basically a nav bar header with 2 call to action buttons and some text and an image over it, and then a row here with 50% solid color and 50% set up into either 4 images or one 50% wide image that's got 4 subparts to it. And this practice, teach, jam, and perform, they don't have to go to individual pages yet. And then this online sessions for 2 to 5 musicians doesn't have to be there. I think that would be for future. But we might want to figure that out later. But maybe a map and then just low latency audio. So the text here is kind of chosen, chosen for sales purposes, but it might change. Anyway, connect me, some kind of call to action. For now, just connect me. So make the homepage like this, choose if it's Divi or some other theme that might be similar to this. Don't worry about this transparent gray overlay. That can be eliminated because it's probably a hassle. And then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subpages from the nav bar. The login actually is going to take you to the maybe to the WP members login page when we get it working, but we shouldn't worry about that until Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. The login might just go to wp-login.php, but basically this login will be for the people who pay for access to the server, and they log in, and then they see a page with the IP address to their dashboard where they can change the FBP and queue value in hub mode. Okay, so homepage, and then these nav menus at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sub pages. Login page, don't worry about it for now, or link it to wp-login.php, either way. And then let me hear it goes to the same page, sub page as listen up in the nav bar. Connect me goes to the same page as sign up in the nav bar. And then the connect me down here and by the map, same thing. Okay, so that's what we need. Try to get that done and out of the way so we have something to move forward with on Tuesday. So that is the lovely descriptive thing. Oh, and then depending on the theme chosen and how the background looks, then we can do a center image and stuff like that. I am going to forward this exact Photoshop file so that the text can be grabbed and stuff like that. Okay, thank you very much. That's video number 3. I'll see if I can think of a video number 4.